Hey there, this is Question Mark. This is a special video I'm putting together. It's for I got an email from another YouTube user, kstat07, and you asked me if I knew the chords to Jeff Buckley's cover of his father, Tim Buckley's song, Once I Was. This song actually is kind of interesting. History of Jeff Buckley. He grew up in Anaheim, California, Southern California, and after high school went to Los Angeles to Musicians Institute, later on moving to New York City, trying to make his way in music until he played as a guitar player in a number of bands for a number of years and never was able to break into the music industry. And then there was a tribute to his father in New York City. This is in 1991, and Jeff went and played a few covers, and I think other people played music of Tim Buckley's as well. And I believe it was the first time that Jeff sang publicly as well as playing. And so he played 3 or 4 songs that night and ended the concert with this particular song, Once I Was. And actually at the end of the song broke a string and finished the song a cappella. And what I understand of it is that it was very powerful and a very moving part of the night. And then it really ended up being the thing that launched Jeff's career that he'd been trying unsuccessfully for a number of years up to that point, and that was kind of the thing that got everybody's attention. So interesting background to this particular cover of this song. And the song is real simple. It's mostly just D and G, and Jeff played it in drop D tuning, which is to say that if you take your low E string and tune it down to D, so you get that nice low end on the D chord. Now the most simple version of this song, just switch back and forth from D to G. When you're in drop D tuning, the easiest way to play a G is to hold down the 5th fret at the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. Now you can come in and do a G chord this way, but in this particular case I don't hear those higher notes when Jeff is playing, so I'm actually not going to play the G that way. So that's the simplest version of how to play the intro and the verse itself. Later on he'll throw in a couple of other chords. He'll throw in a B minor and back to his G. There's a G, then there's an A, which if you just move it up to the 7th fret gives you an A, and then back to the beginning. But that's, like I said, the simplest way to play it. Of course, even more simple, it's not even to do the drop D, and so you can stick with your regular D and your regular G major chord. But there's a few things you can throw in to add some alterations to the chords and to the progression that make it a bit more entertaining and a bit more flavorful, colorful. One is the second half of that first measure. When you play your D major, you can switch to a D7 chord. And if you don't know that, the only difference is the finger here that you're fretting on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, that finger switches down to playing the 2nd string at the 1st fret. You have to necessarily switch fingers to do it, but the shape of the chord stays the same. These 2 fingers, those 2 fretted notes at the 2nd fret, 1st string, 3rd string, stay the same. And then you fret the 2nd string at the 1st fret. It's a D7 chord. So you could go. Alternately, you could do a D7 2 chord, which is to say don't use the 1st string 2nd fret, just leave that open. So you're playing the 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string 2nd fret. I kind of like that with the open E there. Now, you can get that same sound up here. Actually, let me give you one more alteration before I tell you that part. So you got your D7 2 chord here. You can alter that one more by taking your middle finger, which is currently on the 3rd string 2nd fret, move it to the 4th string 2nd fret, so you're playing an A minor 7. And that adds that lower E note in there. And am I saying that right? Is that an E note? I believe so. So that it sounds like this in the progression. And I don't know if Jeff is actually doing that, but I like the sound of it. And if you wanted to do an alternate fingering of that chord, you can come up here, play 7th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 4th string, and then bar the 2nd and 3rd strings at the 5th fret.